Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're about to do something really cool and I love it so much because it's one of my favorite animated series ever. And you know, I wanted to create a hooded scarf that we in the winter season, so it's cold. So we about to make Jinx hood from Arcane. If you guys are familiar, if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. It's an amazing show on Netflix, okay? But I saw her hood at I believe it was in the second season, one of the last episodes. She had this hood on. Girl, so cute. I wanted to recreate that and here we are. So I had to look around and see what colors I had on standby. And thank goodness I had some yarn. And for the main part of the hood, we're gonna be using Big Twist acrylic yarn in the color grape. And then I know y'all saw the little, what is it called? Little details on the side of her hood. Like it was like one side was pink, the other side was like a turquoise bluish color. So I had to look around and I have another skein of yarn here, Big Twist. This thing is falling apart, okay? And this is in the color Hot Pink, love her. And then this color, Big Twist, in the color Jade Green, okay? Yeah, so these are the colors I will be using. Also for the spiked teeth part of the hood, definitely need some white yarn. This is Loops and Threads medium weight yarn in the color white. Yeah, I think that covers the yarn here. Then you need your scissors, darning needle, because we're gonna be sewing a lot. Okay, and then crochet hook. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook here. And yeah, I believe that's how we're gonna get the ball rolling. And I am rambling, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, once you have gathered your yarn, we're grabbing the purple one, you're gonna make a slip stitch, and we're just gonna make the hood part of the hooded scarf. And this is like the easy part. So what we're going to do here is you make your slip knot, put your hook through the loop, and then we're going to chain 100 chains. Yes, you heard me correct, 100 chains. So let's go ahead and do that. Chain 100, and we will meet back for the next part of this pattern. Okay, so chain 100 and we will be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. So you have chained 100 chains, and once you have stopped there, we're actually gonna flip our work and find the back bumps of each chain that you made. And we're actually going to yarn over and place 1/2 double crochet into the second back bump here. You don't need to go into this first one because it's kind of already established here. So we're gonna go into the second one. So yarn over and place 1/2 double crochet into that space, yarn over and then go into the next bump and place another 1/2 double crochet there. And we're just gonna work our way down the whole way until we have reached the end of the row. So you see that? So yeah, so we're just gonna keep going till we make it to the end. Okay, so we are approaching the end here, and this is the last one. Pull through. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you placed 1/2 double crochet into each stitch. So once you have made your first row, then we are going to chain 1 to build our next row. We're going to turn or flip our work here. And we're just going to place 1/2 double crochets all the way back down. So that's what you're going to do for this row. Oops, okay. And you're just going to work your way all the way down, placing 1/2 double crochet into each stitch. We will meet back once we have made it to the end of this second row. Okay, so I'm approaching the end here. And it's the last one. Boom, chain one, then flip. Okay, so now that you've done 2 rows of half double crochets in each stitch, we're gonna be doing this for 24 more rows. So we're gonna need 26 rows total of just placing 1 half double crochet, or 1 half, no. Yeah, no. Words. 1 half double crochet into each stitch. Gonna do this for 24 more rows. And yeah, so once we have made 26 rows total, we will meet back and we will go on to the next part of this pattern. So we got a lot of work to do. This is just the smooth sailing, mindless part of this pattern that we all love. So yeah. Cheers to that. So I will see you guys once we have 26 rows total. All right, everyone, welcome back. I am approaching the end here after making 26 rows. And chain 1. Perfect. So I literally have it rolled up, as you can see. So you need to lay your work horizontally so you can see that it's, you know, this will be your hood essentially for this project. So I'm just going to roll it because you guys need to see what I'm doing here. Okay, once you have completed 26 rows of just placing a half double crochet in each stitch, now we're going to make the scarf part of the hooded scarf that we are making. So now that we have finished building our hood, honestly, it's just one rectangle on top of another rectangle, or a longer one. So yeah, that's pretty much the shape of it. Now we're going to extend the hood because we're extending that part, and that will be the scarf from one end, and then we're going to do it on the other end. I'm going to show you, and what I mean by that is once you're at your end here, you're going to chain 70 chains. Yes, words. Chain 70 chains. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on this side. And once you have done that, I will show you what we're going to do next. So chain 70. Okay, so I just made 70 chains on one side here. And once you made 70 chains, we're going to take our scissors, actually. We're going to snip our tail end here. So you just got like a whole bunch of chains on one corner. We're going to move on our way over to the other side. And remember, lay your project flat and horizontally so you can be able to do this part. Make it to the other side, take your yarn, and then do the same thing like we did on the other side. We're going to chain 70 in this corner. So find the top stitch here, wiggle your way through, get your yarn, pull up a loop. And what I tend to do whenever I insert yarn on a certain place in a project, I do a chain 1 with both ends, so it just stays put and I don't have to worry about it moving around or anything. So I just chained 1, and so now we're going to chain 70 on this side. And we will meet back once we have chained 70. So see you in a bit. Okay, so now that you have chained 70 on this side or the other end of this hooded scarf here, so you see you have your tail ends. I had to fold it, okay? I'm gonna make this work. Anyways, we have our 70 chains on either side, and literally, and this is gonna be another moment where you're just gonna do mindless crocheting, and we're just gonna place a half double crochet in each stitch as you work your way down these chains, and then you're just going to continue like you did with your hood, and then you're just going to make it all the way to the other side and continue to place half double crochets on the other side with these chains as well. So that is what we're going to do here. I'm just going to show you a little bit of that, but it's pretty self-explanatory on what I just said, okay? So turn your work here, and I'm going to work the back bumps of the chains. So I'm just going to yarn over, go into the second back bump and place a half double crochet there. Boom. Yarn over, go into the next space, place a half double crochet into the back bump here. And just work your way down the line. And that's all you're gonna do for this row. So this is just, you just extended your row essentially with these 70 chains. It's gonna take a minute, but it's gonna turn out so cute. But yeah, you're just gonna keep going, placing a half double crochet into each stitch. And we will meet back once we have made it to the other side of our work. Okay, so we are back. So you can see I'm like trying to fit everything into the shot, but you see I placed a half double crochet in each stitch. I worked my way down the line and made it to the other side, and boom, here we are. So this point, you're going to chain one and then turn your work and work all the way down the line again to the other side. We're gonna do 10 rows of just placing half double crochets into each stitch for this part, essentially building the scarf here. And honestly, when it comes to the scarf part, you can decide whether or not you want it to be bigger or smaller. I'm just gonna do just 10 rows, and I think that will be good enough for me. But if you want it to be thicker, go right ahead, add more rows to it if you'd like. But yeah, I'm gonna do 10 rows. So we already did one, so I'm just gonna do 9 more rows, and we will meet back once we have created our scarf of the hooded scarf we're making, or Jinx's hooded scarf, or what have you. Honestly, in the show, she just had a hood. I don't think it was a scarf, so, interesting. But this is cute nonetheless, okay? I'm making it up as I go. So, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do 10 rows of half double crochets in each stitch, or can build and do more rows. That's up to you. But once you have finished making your scarf, we will be right back and finish the rest of this project. And this is where we're gonna get into the details. Ooh, this is gonna be fun, okay? And tedious. Ooh, but it's gonna be great. Okay, I'm rambling. Bye, y'all. Okay, so we are back. So you see I finished, okay, you see it's on the floor first and foremost, because I had to show you guys how it's looking, all together. So this is 10 rows of half double crochets that I did, and this is the scarf part of the hood. And then this is the actual hood. So you see what I'm talking about while we put it together. Okay, so the next part of what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold this in half, and we're gonna sew the top part of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half, and then we're gonna put this on my desk so that I can show you to sew the top part. Okay. All right, welcome back. And once you have folded it in half, we're going to sew the top part of this hood here. And honestly, I should have left a long tail because I could have used this to weave it back in, but it's all right. I already pulled out another string of yarn here. And honestly, I'm gonna flip it so that I'm doing the work and it's facing towards me. So we're going to find the corner here. So take your darning needle with your yarn, find that first stitch of your hood here, and then pull a stitch through. And then we're literally going to have both sides here facing us, and you see a lot of V's here. And essentially, we're gonna go under the inner part of the V here. So you see there's a V, I'm gonna work my needle under the inside part, and then same thing on the other side, I'm working the other inside part of the V. And then I'm just gonna put my needle through that, and then pull through. And that's essentially what we're going to be doing here. Go inside the inner V's and then just weave your yarn through. And you're just going to go down the line here until you've reached the end of this, or the top part of the hood. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do for this part. So it's all coming together. So yeah, and we will meet back to add on the details of the hood. So be right back. Okay, so I sewed the top part of this hood here, and that's what it should look like when you are finished. I already woven the ends that finished off over here and kind of snipped it off. And if you have any other loose ends, don't worry about them, we'll work them out later. But yeah, so this is what the top of the hood should look like. And when you lay it flat, folded in half, the scarf part is, you know, sticking out on one side. Okay, I'm trying my best to like show the whole thing. But anyways, moving on. So once we have completed our hood, so actually you can, if you're not making a Jinx inspired hood, this can just be a plain hooded scarf that you could use. Maybe I'll do another tutorial about that. Anyways, so yes, so once we have done that, I'm actually going to fold her in half and set her down for a moment. We're actually going to make the teeth part of the hood that goes around it. So I think I'm going to have like a picture or something to show you, but essentially Jinx, she had like shark teeth like alongside of the hood, and that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to create these white diamonds essentially, but they're going to be in shape of the teeth. This is what we're going to do next. So you're going to take this white yarn that you have, and we're going to make a slip knot and then insert your hook. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm using a smaller hook just to make the teeth or the stitches of the teeth smaller, just to make it more neat looking, I guess. But this is a 4.25 millimeter hook, or you can use a 4.5 millimeter hook. But either way, let it be like at least a size smaller than the size 5 hook that we've been using. Yeah, okay. So now we made a slip knot, and then this point we're going to chain 2, my bad. And once you have chain 2, we're actually going to go into that first stitch that we just made and place 2 single crochets into that space. Okay, so once you have done that, you're going to chain 1, flip your work, and then we're going to place one single crochet into the next space, and then place 1 single crochet into the second. And then actually we're going to find this edge here, and actually it's okay to go under 1 loop, but we're going to go ahead and go under there and make 1 single crochet in that space. So you place 3 single crochets into each space, and then we're going to chain 1, turn our work. We're going to place 1 single crochet into the first stitch, then another single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch, and then we're going to turn our work to the side and find these 2 curled in type of bars here and go under there and make a single crochet into that last space. And that's pretty much how we build our row and make the peak part of the diamond first. So you saw that I chained 1, then we're going to turn our work again, and we're going to do the same thing again. Place 1 single crochet into the first space, single crochet into the second, single crochet to the third, go into the 4th space, and then turn your work to the side, find the 2 side bars here, and place a single crochet there. Chain 1, flip your work. So we're going to keep doing that. I believe it's 10. Once you have, I can't even talk. Once you have 10 single crochets in 1 row, that's where we will meet back, and we will start decreasing at that point. So go ahead and keep doing this until you have 10 stitches in your row. Okay, so we will be right back. Okay, once you have made 10 stitches in one row, you should technically have like a triangle, just like this. And now we're about to finish the rest of it and make another triangle to make this diamond or the tooth of the shark hood. Right. Okay. 10 stitches. Now we're about to decrease. So once you have chained one and flipped your work, we're going to place one single crochet in the corner space, and then the decrease part, I'm just going to skip this second one. Just skip the stitch, go into the third, and place a single crochet there. And that's it. That's all we're doing for this row. And then you're just going to go all the way down until you've reached the end of the row. So that's pretty much how we're going to do our decreases. We work the first stitch and then skip the second stitch. And we're not going to work in this last stitch either. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Right. Perfect. So yeah, we're going to skip one stitch and we're not going to work into this side stitch anymore. So I have 9 stitches and that's what I want. Then I'm going to chain one, flip the work, and I'm going to do it again. Place one single crochet into the first stitch, skip the second one and go into the third, place a single crochet there, and just keep going down the line and placing a single crochet in the rest of the stitches. Okay, this is the last one, and we're not working this side one, so that was it. So now we have 8 stitches, and then we're going to chain one and flip our work. So that's what we're going to do until we have reached at least 3 stitches. Once we have hit 3 stitches, I'll show you how to do the rest of it. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I have 3 stitches left. And I can't even talk. I chained one and I turned my work. And now I'm going to place one single crochet in this space, skip the middle one / second space, go into the third, place a single crochet there, chain one, flip your work. And we're going to skip this first one since we only have 2 left. Skip the first one, go into the second stitch, and then chain one. So here is your tooth for the part of the hood. And now, once you have done that, get your scissors, snip it off. For this pattern, because I need to grab the hood so I can show you guys. So you see, no, you cannot see. I'll fold it in half so you can see. So this is the scarf part of the hood, right? So this is where your face will be facing outwards. So the teeth need to be lined up along the whole edge of this hood here. And you can measure by using the teeth that you made and line them up on the side here, and that way you can count how many teeth you need for the hood. By the looks of it, for this you need about 8 to 10 teeth. So you're going to need to crochet 8 to 10 of these white diamonds or white teeth here for your hood, but everyone's going to be different, so measure as you go along. But yeah, so I know I need to make a couple more. Go ahead and make 8 to 10 diamonds or however many you need for your part of the hood, and then we will meet back and I will show you how to sew all of these together. Okay? All right. Be right back. Alrighty, so we are back, and now I'm just showing you guys, I laid my work flat so you can see that, you know, lining up the teeth along the side here is where you're going to be placing these. Yeah, so I'm essentially going to take my darning needle, because here comes the sewing part, and I'm actually going to take this leftover purple yarn I have. It's like a tinge lighter than the one that I used for the hood part, but it's okay. Everyone's different. You can still use the same color that you've been using. That's fine. So place your diamond at the bottom of the hood here and on top of the scarf. So you see this is the scarf part and this is the hood. So we're going to place it in this corner here and then just work our way up. So I'm going to lay her flat and I think that in in the picture or in the series here, she had like purple stitches in her hood. And then she also had like pink stitches by the looks of it, just like scattered throughout the lining of the teeth being sewn into the hood. So we can do all of that, okay? And I'm gonna actually work my way in and kind of just weave in and out. Oops. Work my way down. Okay, put her there. So lay her flat and just pretty much sew your tooth to the hood. You just do your weave in and out stitch. Make sure it's secure. And it goes all the way down each tooth. So I'm just gonna keep going, weaving in and out. You see, I go under and pull out on the other side and just make a wide enough stitch as you go. So I'm gonna put it in here and then weave out on the other side. Ooh, girl, excuse me. And then go to the top. My hand is all up in the camera, my bad, y'all. Pull through, and then just go up the side here, and you just follow along the side. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I think that's what the look is for. It's not perfect. That's what makes, you know, Jinx great. She's imperfect, okay? Ain't we all? Okay. So yeah, so then I'm laying her flat so I can see better as I'm working this. And yeah, and actually I'm gonna go under this part so I can see where I'm going. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna keep sewing in and out until you've made it to the other side. Sew in your ends. And that is how we're gonna be attaching our teeth with the hood or onto the hood. Ooh, this is gonna look cute. Okay. Ooh, okay, excuse me. Poke her out. Okay, yes. Period. So now I'm gonna grab the other yarn. So this is showing one tooth on the hood here. So now and you can opt out, you don't have to do this part, but I like to do little details, okay? This is like a neon violet, but in the picture, you see that she has like some sort of pink details within the stitches. So I think I'm just gonna do like little X marks, the spot type of dealio, and just, you know, do that. Or you can take like a hot pink or something and that will be just fine as well. And yeah, I'm just making an X, doing like a crisscross type of thing. And yeah, she's looking legit. Okay, she's cute. Yep, crisscross applesauce. That's cute. Okay. And then you could just keep going and just play with it. Honestly, everyone's is going to look different. So yeah, just keep going and just play with how you want it to look. I think I'm going to make another X here. Let's go one right here is fine. And then cross it over. Boop. Bam. Cute. So yeah, so that's what you're gonna do for this time around. Just sew your teeth along the side of the hood, the open part of the hood, because that's where your face is gonna be facing out. Just sew along the sides using the purple or, you know, adding some pink along the side here. So that's what we're gonna do this time around. We will meet back once we have put all of our teeth onto the hood. And then we have 2 more parts left and then we're done. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew the teeth on the hood. Okay, be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. So you see that I have sewn my shark teeth onto the hood here all along the edge. I'm really not caring what the inside is looking like. So this is what the outside looks like. And you see I added some of the pink or violet additions to the teeth here. And yeah, it's looking like the picture. So now that we have done this part and I've woven in my ends, did all that. So honestly, just go ahead and weave in your ends if you haven't already, just to clean it up. It'll be easier as you move on to the next step. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is, I know that you guys are familiar. She has like a, I'll show a picture. I know she has like some sort of symbol or some sort of drawing on either side of the hood. And honestly, you can leave the hood as is and be fine with that. Totally up to you. Or you can add the little detail that you've seen in the video game or in the show. So I like to add a little detail. So I'm going to go ahead and take this teal or turquoise green type of yarn here. I'm going to place, or excuse me, no, I'm going to chain or take our string here or our yarn, pull a slip knot. I'm going to make the spiral part of the teal design that you see. And yeah, that's what we're about to do right now. Make the spiral part. And all we're doing is just making one row and we're just going to sew it in a spiral essentially. So the size is pretty decent in size. So yeah, anyways. Okay, so you see I got different nail polish on. Hilarious. This project has taken me a very long time because I literally had to figure out how the design was going to come out. Let's cross our fingers this turns out right. Well, it should, because it'll be all right. Anyways, we're going to make a slip knot and we are going to make 50 chains. So chain 50 and we're just gonna keep going. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, we're using a 5mm crochet hook. Yeah, so be right back once we have chained 50. Okay, so I've made 50 chains here and I'm just going to flip my work, and where you see the back bumps, we're just going to place a single crochet into these back bump stitches. And we're just going to do one row of this and we will snip our work off. So let's just go ahead and continue down the line here and we will meet back once we have made it to the end of this row. Okay, and then chain one. I already snipped off my work previously because I had to redo this 15 times. So anyways, yeah, so this is going to be what it looks like. And I mean, you can already just place it down just to see like how you want it, because it's like a spiral, right? So you lay it flat. Okay, cool. And then I'll use these to sew into the circle. Okay, so there's that part. Then we're gonna take the same color again, make a slip knot, and now we're about to make the circle spiky part. That's what we're gonna do. So now we're going to chain 54. So make 54 chains, and we will meet back once we have made 54 chains. Okay, so I've made 54 chains here, just like what we did, how we normally start our rows. We're going to flip our work and we're going to place 1/2 double crochet into the back bumps of our work here. So I just yarned over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go under the bump, pull through all 3. So that is what we're doing this time around. And we will meet back once we have made it to the other side of this row. Okay, doing the last one. Boom. And then now, And honestly, you can like lay it flat and see if that's like the size you want. And side note, we're gonna be like sewing and like stretching it out. So like if it's, you know, relaxed like this and it's not closing all the way, that's totally fine because we finna manipulate this as we sew. So it's gonna be a full circle. So make sure the same sides are facing each other because we're going to turn this into the in the round type of project. So we're gonna slip stitch the top part and pull through. And if it annoys you that this is just split down the middle, you can just pause and take a darning needle and weave in and out that space there. And it'll be fine. So once you have done that, you're going to chain 1 and we're going to place 5 single crochets into each space. So we're actually going to go into the same stitch here, place 1 single crochet, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And now we're about to do our small bump or small point of the circle here. And we're going to yarn over, place 1 half double crochet into the 6th space here. Then yarn over again, place a double crochet into that same space. This is English terms. So we're about to do a treble crochet. So do that, yarn over 2 more times and then pull through 3. We're about to add 1 more. So we're about to yarn over once, twice, 3 times to the point where we have 4 loops on your hook. And then you just pull through 2 all the way. Boom. And then now we're about to work our way down. So now we're about to yarn over, 3 times, or make sure there's 3 loops on your hook. And then you just pull through. And then we place a double crochet into that space. And then a half double crochet into that space. So I know that it's like rounded out, but when you lay it flat, you can pinch and pull, and then you can give it the point that you need for the design to pop out. So moving on, so now we're about to place a single crochet into the next space, and we're just gonna go down the line and place a single crochet in each stitch for 9 stitches total. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, so 8. Stop at 8. My bad, y'all. Now in the 9th stitch, we're going to do our higher point here, and we're just going to yarn over. Okay, because I had to look down because I wrote it down. Okay, so 1 double crochet into that space. Then yarn over again twice and do a treble crochet and pull through 2 all the way through. Then yarn over 3 times so that you have 4 loops on your hook. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over 4 more times so that we have 5 loops on our hook here. And then we're going to place our stitch there, pull through 2, and then, you know, take your time as you're doing this because it's a lot of yarn over and pulling through 2, okay? So once you have done that, now we're just going to yarn over 3 times so that we have 4 loops on the hook, and then we just go back into the same stitch. Boom. And then now do a treble. So there's 3 loops we just yarned over twice. And then 1 double crochet. Woo, and there you have it. And then now we just place a single crochet into the next 8 stitches. And then we just repeat what we just did essentially. 7, 8. Okay, so then now we're going into the 9th stitch here, and we're about to make the smaller point here. So it's just small point, 9 stitches, big point, 9 stitches, small point, 9 stitches, big point, 9 stitches. So that's pretty much what the pattern is. We're going to make our small one, so we're just going to yarn over, place a half double crochet into that 9th space, yarn over, then do a double crochet, and then yarn over twice to make a treble, and then yarn over 3 times to have 4 loops on the hook. I don't know, that's a quadruple one, okay? Oops. And then once you've made that, then we go back down the line. So yarn over twice. That's a treble, then yarn over to do a double crochet, then a half double crochet. Boom! And then place single crochets in the next 8 stitches. Seven, 8. Okay, go into the 9th one. We're going to do the bigger one. So we're going to yarn over, place a double crochet into the 9th stitch, yarn over twice to make a treble, same stitch, yarn over 3 times, 4 loops on the hook for quadruple, okay? Ooh. Okay, and then yarn over 4 times so that you have 5 loops on the hook, and then pull through 2 all the way. Okay, then yarn over blah, 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 3 times and have 4 loops on the hook. And just work your way down. Then yarn over twice for a treble. Yarn over for a double. Okay. Woo. All right. So I hope I explained this right. And so like I said, 8 stitches of single crochets. But anyways, I'm going to keep going and you do the same. You just have to do 2 more of these essentially, because it's like a 6-pointed circle type of deal. Go ahead and do that. We just did the big one, so the next one will be the small one and the last one will be the big one. Let's continue to do that and we will meet back once we have finished this row. Okay. I hope I explained everything right, because y'all, I don't think y'all understand. That was so difficult to come up with. Woo! Okay, there was nothing online about spikes, like crochet spikes. It was just, so I had to figure it out. Anyways, finish it. We'll be right back. Okay, then I slip stitch the top one. Boom. Chain 1. Take my scissors. Actually, I'm going to leave a long tail and I'm just going to use that to sew the whole thing. So leave a long tail. Boom. Okay, snip her off. Okay, so I have my darning needle and I'm just sewing the other side just to clean it up pretty much. And I'll tighten it all later. Okay, so I'm gonna do this off camera because I showed you guys how to sew the teeth on. So same rule applies, but this time you can, stretch it out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna pull it and sew in and out as I go along the line here. Arch it up a little bit, sew along. Keep doing that. Just manipulate bit by bit as you go and sew it in there. And make sure that you tuck the tail end of this swirl here under the circle part of this. So hopefully that explains it, but that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to do that off camera. So just take your yarn, your darning needle, and patiently manipulate and sew along, or sew this onto the hood here, and make sure you're not sewing this on both sides of the hood. So just make sure you're going through one side, and then remember, make sure you pull as you go. So, yep. So Godspeed, everyone. Okay. But yeah, so that's what we're about to do next. And I will see you guys on the other side. And then we'll do the pink part and then we're done. Woo! Okay. All right. See you guys later. All right. Woo! Welcome back. This was not hard. It's just you had to manipulate it. Now, it's not a full circle, but you know what? Who cares? It's imperfect, okay? And that's the whole point. And I kind of like it looking like this. Yeah, this is as good as gonna get. So I sewed along the top here and I sewed under as well. And then I sewed all the way around and worked my way back. So honey is secure. She ain't going nowhere. Now we gonna flip our work and work on the next piece, which is the pink one. Yeah, so let me flip my work and we'll be right back. Okay. So we are flipped to the other side, and I know on this side it was the pink design and it had like a circle within a circle, kind of like a target type of thing. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the small circle first, actually do that, and then make a slip knot. And we're just gonna do one row, one circle. We're going to chain 3, yep. Chain 3. We're just going to work into this first chain that we created. So we're going to yarn over and place a double crochet into that space, and yarn over, place another double crochet into that space. And you're going to need 10 double crochets total. Once you have made 10 total, then we will meet back once we have completed this. Okay, I've made 10 double crochets in the same space. We're going to tighten the hole here, and then we're going to slip stitch the third chain from this build up chains that we made here. So the top stitch, slip stitch, and I'm just going to chain 1 just to lock it in. Grab your scissors. Leave a decent tail just to sew it onto the hood here. And then just go ahead and just place your work so you know where how it's gonna look. Boom. So now we're gonna do the second ring and we're gonna make a slip knot. Okay, and then we are going to make, I believe it's, we're gonna make 30 chains. So go ahead and place or make 30 chains, and we will meet back once we have done that. Okay, so I made 30 chains, and I'm going to flip my work, do what we normally do, and we're just going to place a single crochet in the back bumps. So go ahead and do that. Place a single crochet in the back bumps of each stitch, and we will meet back once we have finished the row. Okay, that's the last stitch. Chain 1, set her down, snip off a decent tail because we're going to use that to sew it in. Boom, pull through. We can just go ahead and lay her flat so we can see how she's going to be placed. And it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. We're just getting an idea. I need to stop. I'm a perfectionist. Okay, so moving on. We are going to make the spike or spiked ring of the design here. And honestly, we're just going to copy the same thing that we did on the other side with the teal color. We're going to go ahead and make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 54. And once you have made 54 chains, do half double crochet back behind the back bumps only. And once you have done that, you seal the deal with that row and make it into the round. And once you have done that, then you follow along the pattern where we did the teal design. And yeah, just follow along there. So I'm gonna keep going and doing that. And once you have made your spiked ring, we will be right back to sew the design onto the hood. All right. Woo. Okay, so now that was a lot. So now we have made our little design here. Now this one was slightly different because it had like a lightning bolt and like some sort of angled stripe, if you may, design that was like on either side. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that as well, or create that. We're just gonna crochet all the pieces and then we're gonna sew it all together. So just to show you, I made this off camera, but something like this, you know, have it angled and then let's say the lightning bolt comes out down here or something like that. So we're gonna make this part first. And what you're going to do here is make a slip knot, chain 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, once you have done that, flip your work, skip that first back bump, go into this back or the second one here and do a slip stitch. The next 2 stitches, we're going to place single crochets into the next 2 spaces. Then the next 2 spaces, we're going to do half double crochets in each back bump. Then the next 2, we're going to do double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So double crochets, that's 1 and 2. And then this just 1 stitch, we're going to do 1 treble crochet. Yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Boom. Then the next 2 stitches, we're going to place a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, that's 1 and 2. Next 2 is a half double crochet. All right, that's 1. And that's 2. And then the last 2 is just single crochets. 1 and 2. Alrighty, so there you have it. This is just one little design. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just want to be as detailed as possible. So go ahead and grab your scissors and leave a decent tail for you to sew her into the hood. Honestly, I'm going to do a chain 1 just to make it a little bit more pointed. Anyways, alrighty, lay her down. Know where we're going to put her. Okay, so this is the last piece we're going to add onto the hood, and we're doing the lightning bolt. Okay, so make your slip knot, and we're going to make 10 chains. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, then turn your work. We're going to slip stitch that second stitch here, and then we will place, oh, it's right here. Okay, then we will place single crochets in the next 2 stitches or 2 back bumps. So 1 single crochet, then another single crochet into the next one. Then the next 2 stitches or 2 back bumps, we're going to place half double crochets into those spaces. That's 1, 2, and then the next 2, we'll do a double crochet. 1, and the next one is another double crochet. Okay. And then we're going to yarn over twice and make a treble crochet for the last 2 stitches here. 1, and then the last one. Alrighty, boom. Then you're going to chain 3. Now we're going to we're going to place a slip stitch behind these 2 bars here. So between this corner, go ahead and put your hook through there and do a slip stitch through all 3, and you will have this little thing here. And yeah, so that's what you're supposed to do next. Okay, so once you have done your first slip stitch there, now we're gonna make 4 more slip stitches. Just go down this treble crochet here and just make 4 slip stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and this is the last one, 4. So I just went across and just did 4 slip stitches. Once you have done that, now we're going to chain 10. Okay, once you've chained 10, you're gonna flip your work just like what we did over here. We are gonna slip stitch that first one. Then we're gonna place 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 2 half double crochets in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 2 double crochets into the next 2 spaces. 1, 2, and then in these 2 spaces, we're going to place, actually we're going to place 1 double crochet into the next space here, and then we're going to place a treble into this last back bump space here. Go through. Okay, then we're going to place 2 more trebles. So we're going to go, actually going to make an angle here so it can all fit. Place a treble there. And then into the same stitch here, place a treble there. So 3 trebles total. And then there's your lightning bolt. Cool. Okay, so then we're gonna chain 1 and boom, we are done. Woo! Okay, snip it off. Bam. Okay, pull this through. So now we are doing the last part. So I'm just putting there for reference. Okay, we about to get this done, okay? So now sew it all together and we will be back once we have sewed it and put everything together. And then we are finished. Finally! I've been waiting all day. Well, not all day. It's been a couple weeks now, okay? Excuse me. But anyway, so let's do that and we'll be right back. Okay, we have sewn everything. The symbol, the lightning bolt, the strike, the teeth, the details. We are finito. We are done. Finally. Woo! Okay, and this looks really good. Honestly, I'm not surprised. No, I am. No, I really am shocked to myself. I did good, okay? Coming up with this, yeah, this is really cool. I can't wait to put this on. But yeah, thank you so much for following along and staying with me while making this hooded scarf. And yeah, so thank you so much, you guys, for watching and staying tuned. I will definitely try to make sure I upload more often. This one was just really hard to figure out how to make it and everything, because I haven't made a written pattern yet of it. So if you want me to do that, let me know, comment below, okay? And yeah, I think that covers everything. Also, well, we also heard that TikTok, she about to shut down, and I do have a TikTok account, but you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there. Go ahead, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, you name it. I got it. Just follow me. I'll link all my pages down below. If you make the same exact thing, or let me see your version of it, okay? Tag me. That'll be cute. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. If you are new here, definitely subscribe. Like, what are you doing? Okay, like, you got my vibe. Let's continue to vibe, okay? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will hit y'all up next time. Bye-bye.